All right, it is update day, one of my favorite days of the week, and there's a big one today, actually. We got the new updated blog for the Blood Moon Rises rewards, which, if you're unfamiliar, that is the new Grandmaster quest that's going to cap off all of the Vampire quest line. Very hotly awaited. We have talked about the rewards before, but I'll give you guys a quick refresher as we go over all of the changes that they are making to the proposal. Let's start with the best news first. A lot of the item names were just development placeholders, so we were never actually going to get a Necklace of Pursuit. Thank God, because that name sucked. But let's start off here with the Crimson Kiston. That's what it's called now. It used to be the Crimson Bludgeon. It's that flail-looking thing, which I think looks super sick. This is essentially just a crush spec weapon, so it's going to be pretty in line with like a Void Waker or Claws. And the way it works is really interesting. It actually rolls its accuracy roll 4 times, and the more times you pass the roll, the more damage you do is the TLDR. Again, I highly recommend everybody reads this over themselves if they want a more in-depth view. This one was a little iffy before. It wasn't super powerful. They are giving it a buff. The accuracy is increased by plus 23, so it's now 80 total, which is kind of a huge buff to the accuracy. But realistically, that does not change much of where this item is used. If you think about things that are weak to crush, Nightmare of Edion, Araxor, Saracnus, that's pretty much it, actually. I don't really think this is going to be used elsewhere as like a best in slot weapon. However, I do think this serves actually a pretty good purpose for a lot of like mid to early late game players. A lot of people don't want to go into the wilderness to get the Void Waker, which I don't blame them. Claws are really, really hard to get. This is like a decent in-between spec weapon that you can use until you get one of those. Overall, I think that's fine. I'm pretty happy with this weapon coming to the game as is. It just looks cool. It just looks so cool. They did talk a little bit about ranged balance. We're getting a new best in slot range necklace and new best in slot arrows, which both of those together actually is a pretty big buff to range. People were worried that this would really change the meta and just make the T-bow best in slot everywhere. And there were certainly a few cases of that. However, we are getting a slight nerf to the accuracy of the Seeker arrows, which are the new arrows, and the Necklace of Pursuit, which is now called the Necklace of Rupture. That's the real name now. That or the, what is this? Necklace of Paroxysm? Not quite as easy to say. And again, the visual design is the same. I know we talked about a version that someone on Reddit posted that everybody thought was really cool. Hopefully we see some sort of visual update. I understand the JMods maybe not wanting that one because it could kind of blend in with some armors, but until we see them on a character in game with different armor sets, it's kind of hard to tell. Anyway, that got a minor accuracy nerf, nothing huge. The Seeker arrows were the ones that people were actually pretty afraid of. That's getting nerfed to a plus 20 range accuracy, and the interesting thing about these is that they guarantee you a minimum hit of 3. You could still hit zeros, but if you were gonna roll a 1 or a 2, that's just upgraded to a 3. So it's actually a pretty minor increase. It's not gonna totally like break the Scorching Bow. Some people were worried about that. Twisted Bow, it's quite strong for, obviously. And interestingly, the Venator Bow is actually gonna get a pretty big increase from this just because of that minimum hit. So that's a pretty cool item. I think they're bringing that right in line with where it should be power-wise. And finally, we have to discuss the item with probably the largest amount of discourse around it. I'll tell you what it is, then I'll give my thoughts after. It's the Leech Fin Sandwich, which is a new type of food. It's technically best in slot, but only for melee. When you eat it, you immediately get 16 HP, and then in the next 12 seconds, if you deal melee damage, you get an additional 16 HP. So that's kind of a lot. 32 total, if I'm doing my math correctly here. But like I said, this works for melee only, and it's a very weird item. This is the one I'm most interested in people's opinions on. Now, in my opinion, if you trust the opinion of a bald guy who watches a lot of No Monkey videos, I don't particularly love this. I think it's a little strange. It's not bad if this comes into the game. Cool, whatever, it's not the end of the world. And again, I'm glad Jagex is experimenting with this stuff. This is the kind of stuff we need to noodle on as a community to see if we like it or not. But I'm wary because of one line. It says in the blog post, this requirement is intentional. They're talking about the melee trigger, as it allows the Leech Fin Sandwich to be positioned as a melee-focused option. This gives us more flexibility to differentiate food effects by combat styles in the future without every new food behaving in the same way. This feels a bit like needless complexity to me. I don't think it's adding a lot to the game and to the skill cap, because if you think about it, you're never going to bring this into, say, a raid where you're triberding, or really any boss where you use more than one style, because then depending on whatever you're using, more than half of your food is going to be useless if you have it for all 3 styles. So really, you would be bringing this to a place like, if it's mage food, then the Whisperer. That's technically a no damage fight, so not a perfect example, but bear with me here. You could almost certainly get a couple more kills per trip using this food. You have to be smarter with it, sure, but it's not particularly adding anything to the game. Like if you're eating and just maging something. That's essentially just flat food power creep. But again, I really want to know your guys' thoughts on this because I don't love this just in the eye test, if you know what I mean. I can't really put my finger on it, but I don't think this is the type of complexity that I would personally enjoy in RuneScape. But if a lot of people would, then go for it, Jagex. And a small footnote on the end of this blog post is the Vampirium ecosystem and drops. The only thing I really want to talk about in here is Venator fangs and Venator teeth. Those are items that can be used to create dragon arrows or darts. It's really cool to see that come into the game. Now we have like an actual source instead of just praying for boss drops. Anyway, that is a meaty post for us to chew on. Welcome gamers to Behemeth. My name is Tasty Life. It's good to see you all. Now we have an absolute saga to start off the clips today. Sardaco has been dipping his toes into the wilderness, and today he got a dragon pick.
Unpotted reminder. Dragon pickaxe! Ooh! This guy just teleblocked me. There's no way I'm gonna lose my dragon pickaxe on this guy. I hate my life. I hate my life so much. I'm actually gonna lose it. I'm actually losing my dragon pickaxe, man. My ass, dude. Ah!
1 hour later.
There's no way! There's no way that this guy comes in tick perfect on the dragon pickaxe.
Looks like we have one more person who will now vote no to every single PvP update in the future. But he is a strong man, dude. He went back and 100 KC later.
Like, how in the world do you have Olympics for breakdancing or figure skating or even... Oh, the hell, bitch! Close this. Loot it. TP. Yes.
Triumphant's at Doom, and you're gonna have to wait kind of a while for his realization.
Holy frick. All right, chat. Top off everything. All right, chat. All right, we're going to wave 7. Wave 7, we got to lock in. Oh!
Taunors opening some master clues on the Iron Man.
Oh, no way.
This next clip is from a guy named MoreMogsy who just started a hardcore Revenant Caves locked Iron Man. Great series idea, by the way. He sent us this clip, which is a bit of a spoiler for the first episode, but I think it's gonna be fun. We'll link his YouTube down below.
Collection log slot completed.
What just happened? What just happened? There's no way. There's no way. Oh my god. 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 What just happened?
Ironantione is doing some spindle on the Iron Man.
Collection log slot completed.
Okay. Well, it was like we got the spider before the gem. We got the spider before the gem. I didn't know what happened. I was so confused. Holy shit. Pet. I got the thing. My little dog. Look at him. He's beautiful. Pet him, you may.
And Rigondeaux experiencing freedom.
Does anyone remember the KC I got the shadow for? 460. Oh! I'm free. I'm free. I'm free.
ihaverng is opening some elite caskets on the Iron Man.
Collection log
Oh! Oh shit! Gilded Skimmy! Oh shit! That's so cool, dude! Oh shit! That's so cool! I just had that shit in the bank! Bro, what the fuck?
A couple DMM clips are starting off with some friendly fire today.
Oh, he's dead. Yep. No! I misclicked on you! I'm so sorry! I'm sorry! You moved where I went to click! I'm so sorry! Hey, I'm just gonna leave your stuff on the ground!
Dino sees someone's skull turn from green to red at the TOA bank.
This guy's what got a red skull. I think he just took something out of his bank. I'm so sorry. What did he just take out? I was trying to learn the raid, man. Thank you for the Tumakun shadow. Oh, I actually felt that wasn't even good loot. A shadow's like 300k or something now. But it's just his skull went from green to red. And he was like, I'm just trying to learn the raid, man. I'm sorry.
Spray Mantis almost gets got by a sound alert from his chat.
The collection log.
Motherfucker. Still got me.
The collection log.
Oh, it's no.
Up next, we have Move Over, who's raiding with Ileyto, who has an Iron Man that is 3,100 KC dry for the scythe. You heard me correctly.
Oh, wow, it's mine though. It's not even his. I'm such a loser.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
I hope this is not a scythe, right?
Surely scythe. Surely scythe.
No. Let's go.
Poor Ileyto, at least he's on his main. This is his POV.
I wanted to be. Please be a scythe. Let's go.
Took it like a champ, dude. Next up, we have Damo at Cerberus.
Holy shit. Bro, my brain just farted so hard.
And this is one of the best feelings in RuneScape. If you've ever experienced this, your first solo purple from a raid.
Oh! Let's go, solo purple!
Gamers, that is all we have for you tonight. What a lovely day, dude. I love update day. Anyway, I have to check on my fresh focaccia loaf in the oven. So I'm heading out tonight and I'm gonna leave you with a very special guest. It's the one and only golden boy, rigondeaux.
Sometimes I hover my mouse cursor over yours and pretend we're holding hands. Oh, follow me, you dirty bear. Oh yeah.